Welcome back to the July 27th, 2021 business meeting of the Board of Education at the Hauppauge Union Free School District. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Number four on the agenda is the superintendent's update. Dr. Murphy.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Parche. Just wanted to give a quick update. Last meeting, we talked about the universal pre-K item. We have a RFP out, and responses are due this Friday. When we receive responses from prospective vendors, prospective partners, we will review those responses and hopefully have a viable candidate to partner with for universal pre-K. So as soon as we have something to share, which hopefully will be soon, then we'll be in touch with the community with guidance. So, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Murphy. Number 5 on the agenda, 5C, is the adoption of minutes from the reorganizational meeting of July 6th, 2021. Do I have a motion? Thank you, Mr. Hauppauge. Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Pesci. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? I'm sorry, Ms. Selby, is that opposition or? Okay, thank you. 5-0-2. Dr. Craffa and Mr. Kiley absent throughout. Number 6 on the agenda, questions and comments from the community concerning tonight's agenda only. Do we have any questions from anyone concerning the agenda? The consent agenda we're going to skip for now. We're going to go right to number 8 on the agenda, which are policies. 8A is the policy 3200 administrative organization is on for a second reading. Do I have a motion? Mr. Hauppauge, thank you. Ms. Salvia with the second, thank you. Discussion, Mr. Tasman, just give us a little highlight of what 3200 is.
Yes. 3200 is a reorganization of policies that now states that with Dr. Murphy is not here, the deputy superintendent is in charge.
So this is amending, our previous policy had, in the superintendent's absence, the business official would be the acting superintendent. This amends that policy to have the deputy be assuming the duties of the superintendent when the superintendent's not available or otherwise disposed of. Yes, Mr. Tasman?
Yes, that's correct.
Very good. Any other questions or comments concerning that? All those in favor? 5-0. Discussion matters, there are none today. New business, do any board members have new business? Mr. Scrito?
So obviously, some of the people in the audience, some of the members are wearing masks. Do we have, okay, Dr. Murphy, have we got any guidance yet? If it was announced this afternoon, I know my own office all of a sudden changed policy on me midstream. Do we have any guidance at all yet of where this goes from here now?
So, right, so the answer is no. Of course, the news from the CDC was, as you say, front page headlines. The way it works here in New York is the governor's office, the Department of Health, the state health department, that's where we get our guidance. So I had a meeting earlier this week with the leaders of BOCES, talking about reopening in September, talking about masks and other things. We were anticipating some guidance from the state. The rumor was by August 1st. Then this news came from the CDC. It has been the practice of New York to generally follow the CDC's guidance, so we will be seeing if that's the case here, and then we will respond, see what New York says, and then we'll have that discussion here with the board and then with the community.
I feel the way the government always works, they'll wait till the last minute and spring it upon us, but that's just.
I hope not. Yeah, last summer was rough.
And Mr. Scrito, Dr. Murphy is been speaking with some other districts about taking a coordinated approach to advocating for local control on the mask issue as well as other issues. So we hope to have that consolidated position quickly.
And to your point, Mr. Barchet, as soon as we have the New York State guidance, then we can act upon our philosophy here and advocate.
Two last questions with me. Question number two that I get a lot asked to me at my work is any word or update on forcing children to get vaccinated at school if they're not vaccinated?
No, I mean, it's in the same arena in terms of this conversation, wondering if we will hear something from New York State, but thus far there's no guidance or even understanding if that direction will be forthcoming. I also get those questions from parents. I spoke to a parent today, so I understand that that's out there as a biggie.
Mr. Gornowski?
That would probably require the act of the legislature, the bill be signed by the governor, because the public health law is in effect right now, covers other immunization. So we require a assemblyman or senator sponsor a bill. To date, I'm not aware of that.
So I just want to let the other parents know there's no reason to worry about having your student go to class and then somebody giving them a shot without any permission.
I don't think that.
Well, it wouldn't work that way anyway. In other words, the president, public health law requires proof of immunization for certain.
Well, there is no vaccine approved right now for young children anyway.
Correct. 12
COVID, right. In other words, if COVID were to be made mandatory, probably would be amendment to the public health law, which mandates immunization for other diseases such as smallpox, measles, etc.
And the last question, Mr. Barchet, and I don't know if this is a board question or a Dr. Murphy question. We had gotten a couple of letters. Is there something that we should put together involving parents and other community members as well as far as COVID response?
Well, yes, I think our approach has been, I'm thinking of last year, we received feedback from the community. We've had committees, last year we had a number of reopening committees. I think the good news is, for the most part, we can narrow our focus to the big issues that we're going to be dealing with, and we will definitely be reaching out to the community parents in different ways. I'm just thinking, I think this is what you may be alluding to. We got a very nice email today from a parent volunteering her expertise, and we'll be following up with that particular parent, but others as well.
Thank you.
Any other new business from board members? New business from administration?
No.
Questions and comments from the community concerning anything related to the district whatsoever? Yes.
Yes, is there going to be any plans for virtual learning going forward for the new school year?
Dr. Murphy?
Yeah, so that is connected to this bigger conversation, right? So the state will be providing guidance and let us know whether that is directive, whether that's optional, and once we get that guidance, then we'll be able to understand what our options are and move from there.
I mean, I think the big comfort, I guess, for lack of a better word, is, we did it last year, so we're not starting from scratch this year. If we have to go that direction, we feel like we can hit the ground running because we have the systems and protocols in place. But we would all love all the kids to be in school full time if we're able.
Correct.
Thank you. Any further questions or comments from anyone related to the district whatsoever? Thank you. All right, so we're going to take a 10-minute recess before the consent agenda to seek advice from council. Do I have a motion? Thank you, Ms. Pesci. Yeah? Second? Mr. Borgmeyer. Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor? 5-0. Okay, we're going to take a 10-minute recess. We'll come back at 8, if that clock is correct, 8:28. Thank you. Thank you, welcome back to the Board of Education meeting of July 27th, 2021. We're on the consent agenda. Are there any items that members would like to have removed? I will remove 7.1C4, which is the contract for Tim McCarthy. Are there any other items that members would like to have removed? I'll actually also remove, 7.3B6, which is amplify education. My mistake. 7.3B2, Effective School Solutions, is severed. And I will also sever 7.2C1, which is the appointment of extracurricular coaching staff, or coaching staff. Any other items that members would like to have removed? Actually, we'll remove three more. We'll remove 7.1, C1, 2, and 3, in addition to 4. Any other things people want to move? Yes?
On B1 for 7.2.
7.2B1. Any others? With that, I'll take a motion to approve the consent agenda, less those items that have been removed. 1 second. Also going to remove 7.2A1, which is the appointment of Timothy McCarthy. With that, I'll take a motion to approve the consent agenda, less those items that have been severed. All those in favor? Motion made by me, Mr. Scrito with the second. Any discussion? All those in favor? 5-0. 7.2B1, which was severed by Mr. Scrito, new appointments. Mr. Scrito, well, I'll take a motion. I'll make a motion, Mr. Fortmeyer seconds. Any discussion? Mr. Scrito?
I just wanted to check. Dr. Murphy, there is that. I just wanted to check to remind us, just as far as the custodial, especially going into the new year now, with the COVID possibly again, that we're going to have enough staff. So that's, I just wanted to make sure I bring my, that's all.
Yes, we staff with all of our buildings in mind for full coverage. Yep.
That's it. Thank you so much.
Any further discussion on 7.2B1? All those in favor? 5-0. 7.1C1, 2, and 3. These are the contracts for Dr. Murphy, our superintendent, Mr. Tasman, our deputy superintendent, and Ms. Villarreal, our assistant superintendent for business and operations. The motion will be to approve those contracts as amended. The contracts themselves, as amended, will be up on the website as soon as possible. Do I have a motion? Thank you, Mr. Scrito. Do I have a second? Thank you, Ms. Salvia. Any discussion? All those in favor? 5-0. That's 7.1C1, 2, and 3 are approved as amended. 7.1C4, the contract of Tim McCarthy. I'll move to table that to our next meeting. Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Fortmeyer. Any discussion? All those in favor? 5-0. That is tabled. I ask the district clerk put that on for our next meeting as appropriate. 7.3B2, I'm going to hold for no vote right now. 7.2A1, which is the appointment of Tim McCarthy for our Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction and Technology. Do I have a motion? Thank you, Mr. Fortmeyer. I will second. Discussion. So, Mr. Fortmeyer, I believe you were the chair for the committee that the board had formed to seek out and interview and vet candidates for our Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction and Technology.
Yes, correct.
Could you just give a brief overview of that process, if you would?
Yes. Before we started the process at the committee level, there were two committees. The candidates were all screened by the district office. A handful of candidates moved forward from that small group, perhaps 6. We chose 3 to come back and give us presentations. They did so. From those 3, we picked our appointee, and that was Dr. McCarthy.
Okay, so skipping right to the point, does the committee have a recommendation for the board concerning the appointment of an Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction and Technology?
The committee recommends that Tim McCarthy be appointed.
Very good. And with the committee fulfilling its purpose, I will disband that ad hoc committee, and the board will now vote on whether to accept the committee's recommendation and appoint Mr. McCarthy, Tim McCarthy, as our Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction and Technology, pursuant to a salary and contract terms to be negotiated. I'll make the motion. Do I have a second? Thank you, Ms. Salvia. Any discussion? I already did this. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? 401. Mr. Scarito abstaining. Congratulations, Mr. McCarthy. That's right. You're all excited. All right, we're going to hold 7.3B2 for now. Sure. Dr. Murphy?
I just wanted to add in that we're just excited to have Dr. McCarthy on the team. He's been in this district for years, working tirelessly for students with passion, with purpose. I can't think of a better person to join us in cabinet and get started right away. So Tim, welcome aboard.
And one more item that we didn't get to on the consent agenda, 7.2C1, which is the appointment of our co-curricular coaching staff. Do I have a motion? Mr. Fortmeyer with the motion. I will second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion fails. 3-0-2. I ask that the district clerk put the when do sports start? When do our coaches start?
It's starting before next week, Monday.
Okay, so we're going to take a break, 2-minute break right now to seek advice of counsel. Do I have a motion to do so? Thank you. Mr. Pesci, I will second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Mr. Pesci, you voting yes or no? It's okay. I'm asking for a vote to seek advice from counsel. 2-minute break. Thank you. 5-0. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, we're back. Steve, we're back? All right, we're back on. I will take a motion to approve. I'll make a motion to reconsider the motion on, what number is this? 7.2C1, this is just a motion to reconsider, just reconsider. I'll make the motion, Mr. Fortmeyer seconds. All those in favor, reconsideration only? 5-0, approves. I'll make a motion to approve that same number pursuant to the amended list of coaches. Do I have a motion? Mr. Scrito, thank you. Mr. Fortmeyer, seconds. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? 5-0. I ask that Mr. Tasman provide the amended list to the district clerk for publication with our minutes. Are there any questions or comments from the community concerning anything that we did after I asked before, whether there are questions or comments? Is there anything new? Hopefully not. Sorry for the confusion. Okay, so the board is now going to take a 2-hour recess. There's only one item left on the agenda for which the board needs more information. If we're going to vote on that item, it will be live on the interweb. I don't expect people to hang around for 2 hours, but you're more than welcome to. We have no refreshments or anything to eat. So with that, I will take a motion to not adjourn the meeting, but go into executive session to discuss matters leading to the appointment of a particular corporation, matters leading to the appointment of a particular person, negotiations conducted pursuant to the Terror law involving contracts for aligned employees, advice from legal counsel, as well as a proposed sale of real property. Do I have a motion? Thank you, Mr. Fortmeyer and Mr. Scarito. Any discussion? All those in favor? 5-0. We are adjourned for 2 hours. Thank you.